I have Jason, he, him from Massachusetts, who says, deconstructing theist, I believe he's talking about himself, having problems with family and AA religious slant. Atheists Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous.
Sure.
Jason, tell us what's up.
Hello.
Hi, Jason. So I read out that you're a deconstructing theist and having problems with family and AA religious slant. Please tell me what's up.
Yeah, I was born into a very religious family, and it wasn't until I was like 40, it was like 2019 or 2013, my brother was murdered, and that had me start to like question, everything about why would a loving God, take a true believer and punish me and my family like that. So that had me like starting my deconstruction. And then also I took some psychedelic drugs, and those had me like just breaking down every belief or thought that I thought I knew. Like I just couldn't believe it anymore. So then I started watching Atheist Experience and all those shows, and started thinking, like, using scientific thinking and everything. And it's just been a journey. And I came out to my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of wish I didn't, because she's older now, and I probably should, because it really hurt her,
What happened to let you know that she felt hurt?
She came up to visit me from Florida, and we had a disagreement, probably political disagreement. I think it involved LGBTQ, and then I forget exactly how it went, but I told her that she was wrong, and thinking that, anybody who is gay would go to hell, like a God. And I was like, that's wrong. Why would you think that way? And just she can't break that.
Right.
That way of thinking.
And are you continuing to have these sorts of problems with close family members? Does this conversation come up a lot?
Actually, I can't even talk about it with them anymore, because it just causes fights. So
right.
Whenever I talk with them, we just keep it civilly, and we can't even get too deep into conversations because it comes up. And my father, and my father won't even talk to me. He hasn't talked to me for 3 years over this.
I'm very sorry to hear that. So I think first I'm going to ask you, do you have the stream on playing like on a speakerphone or something in the background? Because we're hearing ourselves.
I don't know how to shut my speakerphone off, though.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I will say, I'll give you my impression. And one is you get to choose your friends. You don't get to choose your family. And two, it takes the grown-up in the room to avoid those conversations. It's sad that we live in a time and a place where religious beliefs are so closely tied to other conversations like political beliefs and those sorts of things. But that is a reality of the world we're walking through at this point. And it does take the adult to sort of say, you know what? You're my family. And if you still find value in spending some time with them and talking about football or the weather or the fishing or whatever it may be, you can still enjoy your time with them. Where I personally would draw the line if they are the ones continuing to broach the subject. If you've said, hey, getting into politics, getting into religion, that makes me very uncomfortable. Please, let's not bring it up anymore. And they respect that. Great. But if they keep violating your wishes in that area, then it's going to be a tough call for you as to when to say, you know what, there needs to be consequences for your actions. And I'm sorry that your religious beliefs are compelling you to these sorts of actions, but I'm going to put you on timeout for a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Sounds like your dad is already in that camp, and that's terrible. I hope there's ways to amend that. Do you have any other suggestions, Ryan, on dealing with these sorts of situations? Have you ever faced this?
I mean, no, not as much. I'm very just fortunate that, I haven't had to deal with this, but you're far from the first person who I've talked to who has. I think that it really shows part of the danger that religious beliefs can have, where people get so ingrained in these particular worldviews that they will go to such great lengths up to and including not talking to close family members. That's horrible. And so I guess the only input that I have for you is, first of all, that is his fault, and the fault of his religious beliefs is not your fault, no matter what was said. Even if, when you get in fights with family, oftentimes we all say things we regret, but adults can get over that and can come back together and talk again. And if it is to a point where your father is saying he's not talking to you anymore, that's not your fault. That's a failing on his part. So you shouldn't feel bad about that. My only other thought is I'm so glad that you called in, and I hope that you've found some community and some support amongst the atheist community, because this is something that I know we try to do as best we can, but a lot of people who came from a religious background, this is one of the most difficult things for them, as they want to replace the community that they had. And it's one of the things that makes it so hard to leave. And when your family is part of the community that you are leaving behind, I can only imagine how difficult that is. So I hope that you have been able to find that support, and to whatever extent we can bring it, that we're able to help with it. There's unfortunately, not a lot of good advice you can give if your dad's not talking to you. There's nothing you can say to him to work on that. But I hope that you'll keep us informed, and hopefully we'll hear next time when you call in that things have gotten at least a little bit better.
Yeah, please do let us know. He got dropped there, so please do let us know that how things are going, if things change. It's not an uncommon story. We've heard this time and time again, where the only thing that has changed about a person is whether or not they accept a particular proposal. I propose that Jesus is supernatural powers and will take it to heaven. I'd stop believing in that, and all of a sudden, the community, the family, everybody ostracizes them, kicks them out of the house, treats them like shit, or won't stop proselytizing to them, etc. And it's very sad. It's a sad thing, because ultimately nobody knows. Like, you can make all the ontological arguments about the perfect pizza you want. You can make all of the arguments from design and the transcendental arguments, and you can read the Bible, and you can read the Bhagavad Gita, you can read the Quran and the teachings of Buddha. If we knew there'd be a Nobel Prize, and there would be university colleges. Every university would have a college of study in that particular religion, and we don't know. We really don't. So the fact that people are so passionate about it as to destroy their own family ecosystem is very, very sad. And I say it all the time, but it's why the title of Hitchens' book, God is Not Great, How Religion Poisons Everything, is so on point. It's not that religion causes vast theocracies in the blink of an eye, or that you've got stormtroopers coming through your window to make you pray. It seeps into these relationships and just ruins them. And I really do, my heart goes out to him.